If you're a believer in Jesus, you are in a battle. You might have been surprised because you heard people say something like, hey, come to Jesus and all your problems will be solved. Then you come to Jesus and your problems seem to give birth to problems. What's the deal with that? Well, the deal is that you've engaged in a fight with an enemy that is much more powerful than you. It's a battle not against people, but against what the Apostle Paul called principalities, powers, rulers of the darkness of this age, and spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Spiritual warfare is just as real as any warfare that we can see with our eyes, but it's different because it is spiritual and not physical. So it takes a different kind of preparation. When we look at Ephesians 6, we see a list of armor that God gives us to use in this battle. Over the next several videos, we're going to try to understand what each piece of armor is and how we're supposed to use it. But before we do that, we need to have an idea of who our enemy is. So today we're going to huddle up behind the battle lines to find out who it is that we're facing. Just like a football or a basketball team might list the strengths and weaknesses of its opponent for next week's game, we should list the strengths and weaknesses of our enemy. So first, our enemy is unseen. Now that makes it really difficult. How do you fight against an enemy that you can't see? Every once in a while, I'll hear a blood-curdling scream coming from our bedroom, so I race upstairs to rescue my wife from the intruder or the terrorist attacker or whatever it is. But when I charge into the room, I don't see anything except my wife pointing at the bed saying, "Spider!" Of course, I can't find it. So we have this running debate in our house about whether these spiders actually exist. Even with my incredible crime-fighting capabilities, I can't neutralize the threat of a spider that I can't see. Our enemy is dangerous because we can't see him, but he can see us. The second characteristic about our enemy is that he's powerful. Look again at the description of who we're fighting. Principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, spiritual hosts of wickedness. That's quite an intimidating list. But there's one more thing we have to notice about our enemy. Not only is he unseen and powerful, but he's already been defeated. In Colossians, we're told that when Jesus died on the cross, he disarmed principalities and powers and made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them. The enemy has already been defeated, but he's still fighting the battle. And he's mad, just like a swarm of bees that just had its nest destroyed. They've been defeated, but they're going to get someone. So we can't let our guard down or our enemy will destroy us. That's why we have the armor of God. Like it or not, we're in a battle. And we have three choices. First, we can quit. Hey man, I didn't sign up for this, I'm out of here. Second, we can hide. I'll just kind of hang out around Jesus, but don't ask me to get too involved. Third, we can fight. I'm not about to let the enemy win a battle when he's already lost the war. Hey, don't miss the next video when we're going to discuss the belt of truth. It might be more important than you think. I'll see you then.